one of the movies going into 2021 that honestly I was not excited for, despite the fact that it was being made by, in my estimation, the greatest filmmaker of all time, Steven Spielberg. I'm not a West Side Story fan. And I really saw Steven Spielberg doing West Side Story as just kind of some personal checklist thing that he wanted to do. And I was never all that big on the original, despite the fact that I can appreciate a good musical. I was never all that excited for it. Didn't think it was a great idea to do it. Then I went to go see it. To me, it is not by miles, but it is clearly, to me, the best film of 2021. I mean, I adored this movie so much. Ariana DeBose was a revelation. We're going to be talking a lot about her today. But I absolutely loved it. Now, for those of you who maybe didn't have a chance to see it in theaters, and according to the box office, a lot of you didn't go to see it in theaters, because despite being the best film of the year, did not do great at the box office. But for those of you who didn't have a chance to see it, there is good news. I believe today it has dropped on Disney+. So West Side Story, again, the movie, in my estimation, which is the best film of the year, is now out there on that. And again, I remember when we saw this, when we walked out of the theaters, guys, the first thing Anne said, she looked at me and she said, that was a masterclass in filmmaking.
Wow.
And that's exactly what I thought. Every creative decision, every line of dialogue, every beat, every cadence of pace, every angle and shot and everything, the lighting, the costume, the movie in and of itself is a pure masterclass in filmmaking. I love this thing to death. Rob, you were the one trying to tell me that I should be excited for West Side Story, and I poo-pooed and hummed and hawed at you. You were right, 100%. Just drop it on Disney+. Is this one you would encourage people to watch?
Well, I just want to point out that I usually am correct. No, but I look, I would say this. You know, I wanted to see Steven Spielberg direct a musical when I first saw 1941, and there's a big dance shindig number in that. And then, of course, the opening of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, the Anything Goes number. And, he never did. And would I have preferred he made an original musical? Sure. But I thought this movie, from a filmmaking point of view, is just a joyous thing to behold. Like, the way he restaged the America number, I want to live in America. It's stunning. I mean, it's watching one of the great directors in full command of the medium just go to town. And I thought it was just an incredibly beautiful movie. There's so much about this movie that I liked. And I think everybody should take a look at it. And I hope maybe people that are off-put by musicals or the idea of musicals might give this a shot, because I think it's very compelling viewing.
Chris, now I remember you were late to the party on West Side Story.
Yes.
Did you get a chance to finally watch West Side?
I finally did, so I could do my final votes for the SAG Awards.
That's right.
And gosh, it was so good, because I too was just like, I don't know why we're doing this. Steven, give me Tintin 2. I don't want this movie.
Where is that?
Give me Tintin 2. But then I saw this and the changes they made to the story, and then just everything that Spielberg did with this. You guys are so on the ball, on the nose here, right? Like it just is beautiful. Every frame is done so thoughtfully. This is a very thoughtfully curated piece of art, and it's so well done. And she is just so phenomenal.
She
oh my gosh,
explodes on the screen.
I am so excited to see her just dominate film the next few years, because she just has that it factor. She is so magnetic to watch. No wonder why she was the Bullet. Like, she is so incredible. You just can't take your eyes off her. There's something so magnetic about all of her choices.
She explodes with power on the screen too. Like when she's having her conversations with, I forget the boyfriend's name at this point, but when she's having the conversations with the boyfriend, it's
Bernardo.
Like, Bernardo, thank you. Because she radiates such power that the moment Bernardo says something kind of snarky, before the camera even cuts to her, you already feel her character so much. You're like, oh, dude, you just made a mistake. And then they go to her, and like, she just radiates. I love her so much. Again, we're going to be talking a lot about her today. I never had a chance to ask you, did you ever have a chance to watch West Side this year?
You know what? We've been trying to keep the human alive since a lot of these movies have come out. And so, no, I have not seen it. So I'm not going to put my personal commentary, because I don't have one, obviously. But what I'm hearing from you guys that is something that I think is true just overall for a film done by a director when it's a passion project. And it doesn't happen all the time. But I do see a through line that when a director has not only just been, it's not like he just was handed this movie and went, oh, okay, I guess I'm directing this. What am I going to do with it? But as you said, John, this is something that has been a kernel that has been growing inside of Steven Spielberg for so many years. And so, of course, for probably decades, he's had an idea of, oh my gosh, wouldn't it be great if we did, the America number like this, and has had time to marinate it and really develop it in his own mind and heart. So by the time he goes to actually doing it, it's a fully fledged, living, breathing creation, not something that was cobbled together, in the year that the studio, gave the director, say, okay, this is what your next film is going to be, but actually something that was a passion project. And I do also love that he went to Broadway to get his stars. And a lot of these people were not, he could have chosen, I don't know, Zendaya and Tom Holland, to star in this, and it would have worked fine and they would have been great. But I love the fact that he said, no, let's go to Broadway. They don't have to be the biggest names now, but they will be the biggest names after this. Because we've also seen some musicals that have cast big stars that don't necessarily have what you guys are talking about, which is that magnetism. For someone to be able to capture, a 5,000 person theater, 8 performances a week, they have that it factor. So bring that to the big screen and showcase it and make new stars. And I love that Steven Spielberg did that here.
All right, guys, question is for you. Have you had a chance to see West Side Story yet? If not, good news. Now you can. I'm telling you, I personally believe it's the best film of the year. Whatever you guys think about it, jump on down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.